Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome.
Nancy.
Hey, Glenn, how's it going?
Yeah, I think we've got Sid in from Planet Mayor. Hi, Sid. How's it going?
Oh, you have to unmute your mic. We gave you permission to speak, Sid, but you still have to press the blue button to unmute. Yeah.
Hey man, sorry, hi. Just trying to figure out there's some issue with my phone volume. Please just give me a second. I'm just sorting it out.
Okay, no problem. I can raise the volume here as well up to 200%, so that'll double the. You seem to be coming through okay there.
Yeah, I think the issue is with him hearing us clearly, not
Ah,
with us hearing
okay.
him probably. So let's just give it a minute. It's fine. We're on the hour now, and we'll mute chat in a minute here, and we'll post all the socials there for everybody to listen in as we go through. And towards the end of the AMA, we'll also take some questions.
Hey Glenn, back on, buddy. Sorry.
Hi, Sid. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I can hear you. Great. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. Right. So are we just speaking to you today, Sid, or is there anyone else I need to unmute for the project?
No, it's just me, Glenn.
Okay,
Just me with the
that's
team.
great.
Yes.
All right, if you're ready, then I can start the recording and introduce you. We can go into the Planet Maya project.
Yep. All ready, sir.
Okay, good afternoon to the WorldCoin Talk community. Today we have an AMA with Planet Maya. Planet Maya is building the world's first decentralized online casino metaverse. We can be going into the Champions gaming platform. So it's a new Vegas in a new verse type thing for the metaverse Planet Maya. So before we go into the details on the project, Sid, if we could maybe get a background on the core team's experience, that'd be great.
Sure, man. Yeah, so I'm Sid. It's short for Siddharth. I'm from India. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Planet Maya. We've been in the business for almost 14 years now in the gaming business. My two co-founders are Gaurav and Mithun. Gaurav is former Deloitte and Citibank, also the co-founder of one of India's first real money gaming platform back in 2008. In addition to that, Gaurav's incubated some fantastic ventures in the tech business. Mithun as well. Mithun was running, co-founded actually Poker High, which is still amongst the maybe top five poker sites in India. Mithun ran the business for a very long time. Mithun also co-founded many ventures in the tech space over the last few years. Vaibhav advises us. Vaibhav is known as the father of Indian gaming law. It's because of Vaibhav that today real money gaming is possible in India. Vaibhav's more than an advisor; he's a brother. He's my mentor, and without him, we wouldn't have been in the gaming space. In addition to Vaibhav, we have Ram and Rahul. Ram, again, stellar career, been with giants like IBM, Oracle, JP Morgan, ThoughtWorks. So Ram runs tech for us, and Rahul also, again, stellar career. Uh, he's known as the father of VR in India. In fact, Rahul has built simulators for one of the country's very premium organizations. Built simulators for astronauts for their first indigenous space mission. And Rahul is the chief architect of Planet Maya. So yeah, I mean, team wise, that's us. We have some great people on board, and yeah, hopefully we'll all come together and do a good job.
Okay, great, Sid. Thanks for the introduction to the team there. And yeah, so if we can just have an introduction on the Planet Maya project for our community investors, that'd be great.
Sure. So, Glenn, like you said earlier, Planet Maya is Vegas in the sky. We're trying to literally recreate Vegas. We at one point we even went to trying to get the architectural renditions of Vegas. But in a sense, Planet Maya, the experience will be like actually going to Vegas. In addition to betting and gambling, we have entertainment in forms of live concerts, DJ nights, stand up, and so many things live. We have a retail experience. We have marketplaces for NFTs. So it's Decentraland plus uh, Roadblocks plus Las Vegas. If I can, I mean that's Planet Maya for you.
Awesome. And so will there be like land sales in the metaverse and people can run casinos and sell their merchandise and NFT marketplace, was you saying? Yeah.
Yes, not really land sales at this point. We're not, we're not very comfortable with actually selling land. But yes, if you want to come and create your own casino business, we have tools for devs to create their own games. And in addition to that, you can, create your own casino. If you're a service provider, like let's say if you're an architect, if you're an interior designer, if you're a fashion designer, you can come and help people who are trying to build casinos or trying to create merchandise. So in a sense, there's the gamers experience. There's a place for devs to come and create games. So it's there's a place for all.
And with the Champions Gaming platform, can we go into that? And are you going to actually maybe do online gambling first and then bring that into the metaverse at a later date?
Yes. So we've been in the gaming business for about 14 years now, and over time we've built tech for games like many casino games, for sports betting. For now, we're creating a brand new platform for esports betting. We've also done. We're the first guys in the world to have done chess betting. First guys in the world again to have done binary sports trading. We're also the first to have literally recreated fantasy sports, which traditionally fantasy sport was where when the whistle is blown, they stop wagering. But we created a new format where you continue to wager throughout the duration of the match. So what we to get Planet Maya, sort of kickstart Planet Maya, we're bringing all the games that we've created in the past and continue to create. We plug that in, so Planet Maya, sort of kickstarts. But going forward, it's open source, so and we will be providing tools for devs to come and build their own games, and we'll focus on driving traffic.
Awesome. And going back to the metaverse, I'm wondering about the licensing and regulation in the future for virtual metaverse gaming world. Is there any legal complications to a Vegas virtual world in some countries?
Yes, we Glenn, I must tell you that we started our career with launching India's first online poker site, and we faced a lot of regulatory issues. And I was speaking about Weber earlier. So Weber fought many court cases, and finally, in fact, he was the one who wrote one of the world's first laws on games of skill. So we've always been very conscious of the fact that we don't want to be doing anything illegal, because gambling, almost every country has a strict regulation on gambling. So everywhere that we are going to be available, we will be licensed. In fact, I'm sitting in America just now for that one reason. We've applied for licenses in North America and should have that hopefully in the next 8 to 12 weeks. But yes, everywhere that Planet Maya will be available, we will be licensed on all fronts, whether it's IP or government regulation.
So, and the house edge percentage, what's yours going to be in the metaverse compared to the competitors?
So I really haven't seen any platform like this. But what we've always done, and because of regulation, and what we will continue to do, is to keep a pure, always, to have, for it to be a peer-to-peer model. It's not, it's never going to be the gamer versus the house. So that's one thing that we're very clear, even going forward. And that's the reason our effort will be to actually drive traffic and not run the games. And that'll be the first sort of rule for any dev to develop a game. It has to be a peer-to-peer model. So in that sense, yes.
Yeah, I was meaning sort of you, because you still will be competing with like Betfair and Ladbrokes and William Hills that we have over here in the UK, even if it's in a metaverse. But yeah, that's great.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many devs you've got working on the metaverse and the sort of timeline for it to launch. Will you be making packages on the website available for gambling first, like poker and things?
Yeah. So in the roadmap, so we have an internal team. We're also working with many external vendors. We're about 40 just now, and going forward, obviously that we see that the size of the team will increase. We're also, when we talk to new vendors, we we sort of agree on a model where eventually the devs that are working specifically on Planet Maya will sort of come on board. um, but on the roadmap, we hope to launch next month, towards the end of July, third or the fourth week of July, where our platform will start with 8 of our own games. And then closer to the Cricket World Cup, which is in October, and the FIFA World Cup, that's in November, we should have version 1 of our virtual reality experience. Yeah. So we start with our own native games.
Awesome. And what will be the currency used in the Planet Maya metaverse?
It'll all be a stable coin. You can come in with any currency, and it'll be pegged to a stable coin, and you'll fund your wallet through a stable coin.
And will there be a token attached to the metaverse as well? Is that coming in the future?
Yes, we do have a very detailed loyalty program that's been worked out, and we will have a native coin to that extent, but it'll be just exclusive to the loyalty program and not to actually wager, because there are certain laws that don't allow us to do that. And so our native token will be restricted to the loyalty program.
And going back to the metaverse, yeah, you were saying you're going to have VR headsets and people can actually explore the casinos and the world inside the metaverse.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you repeat that, Glenn?
Yeah, I was reading how you're going to have VR headsets so people will be able to come into the metaverse and explore the casinos in virtual reality.
Yes. So, we're also conscious of the fact that, today, the kind of headsets that are available are not, you can't wear them for hours on end. It's an added experience currently, but one of our ventures, Altreal, that's purely AR VR. We're in the, we're talking to guys like Dell, and we understand that in time and very soon, there are going to be headsets that are much lighter and will give you a more immersive experience. So we're building tech for that.
And one of our hosts here, Noah, was at the NFT New York conference, and I heard you were there as well. Did you get any ideas what you'd be planning around NFTs and marketplace in the future?
Yeah, man. I'm first of all, I mean, this the experience at NFT NYC was fantastic. It's just, there was just so much. I wish I had, or I wish it was, for a longer time. It ended yesterday, but such an eye opener. So much of stuff that's happening here. It's fantastic. We did meet a lot of people, and we're looking at partnerships. One of the partnerships that we're actively looking at is a project out of India/Dubai. It's a venture called Collection. They're purely a sporting NFT venture. And but yeah, a lot of stuff around NFTs, and hopefully new partnerships that we should be able to announce shortly. Yeah.
You're networking and going around to these conferences looking for partnerships, and I'm wondering about the advertising aspect of the Planet Mayor metaverse, if you're looking to get companies involved as well.
Yeah, so one of our marketing strategies is partnerships. We're definitely looking at from here. I go to Vegas. We're talking to some of the large casinos to hopefully build virtual casinos on Planet Maya. In addition to that, we are in the process of so we're setting up an office exclusively in Miami only for partnerships, where these partnerships will provide content for our loyalty programs, which is in turn connected to our token economics. But we're looking for we definitely want some of these brands to come and have retail stores on Planet Maya. So we're talking to fashion brands. We're talking to and also we work very closely with Polygon. And if you've noticed, over the last 3 or 4 months, they're working very closely with a lot of these fashion brands. So hopefully we'll convince them to get these brands onto Planet Maya.
Great. And as we know, when you do online gambling, I think Betfair offer it, another online, but if you can ban yourself, because if you're spending too much money, so would that be sort of built into the model for the metaverse as well, where people can say they've got a problem, and you would exclude them from the metaverse?
Yes. So first of all, we're trying to move away from it being just so, I mean, if you go to Vegas, and Vegas over the last 20 years has sort of tried to rebrand themselves not just as a gambling town, but more as a, for other things as well. And that's also what we are trying to do, where we say, yes, gambling is one of the economies or is one of the aspects of Planet Maya, but we want it to be more of a fun place. Shopping, shows. Hopefully, we'll have, and we're working very hard on trying to create, sort of a social, not really like Facebook, but like a metaverse social aspect to it. So yeah, I mean, we definitely conscious, and we're going to be taking steps to make sure that people just don't go overboard gambling on the platform.
Right. And then going into the avatars, will you be offering like maybe NFTs and skins where people can get different types of clothes and buy virtual goods in the metaverse?
Yes, yes, and yes. Because so Rahul Datta, who heads the VR experience at Planet Maya, is an artist himself. In fact, he teaches design at one of India's most premium design schools. So he's creating a team of artists, and to create avatars, skins. Going forward, we will work with fashion brands, like I mentioned earlier, to create exclusive stuff for the for Planet Maya. So yeah, tons of new avatars, really, and I promise you, nothing like you've seen before. And very soon, you'll see some of these. We're in fact we'll have a trailer real soon for Planet Maya, so you'll get a glimpse of some of the avatars there. But I promise you, when you do, and that'll be really soon, when you see the avatars, I promise you, there's nothing like you've seen before.
Awesome. And with the profits from the casinos and everything, where would that be going? Would it be shared with some investors with the token that launches? What will be the utilities
Completely.
attached to it?
Sorry. Yeah, so this is a DAO structure. So everything goes back to the token holders, almost everything, but for about 30%, which will go for operating expenses, everything goes back to token holders. So there's zero equity, there is no equity play, and everything goes back to DAO.
Great. So investors will be able to have voting rights as well inside the metaverse.
Yes, what we've done is we've linked the loyalty program to our token economics. We have 3 tiers there. The first tier is purely for gamers, tons of cashbacks, gifts, NFTs, avatars, power-ups, because we have, different games already, and I think going forward, the kind of games we'll have many games. So we're trying to sort of, create a common structure for these power-ups. But so the first tier will be primarily for gamers. The second tier, and we've not given these tiers names yet because we want to come up with something very creative. So the second tiers will give you revenues, and that'll be directly linked to the number of tokens that you hold. And the third tier will be where revenues will be shared, and you'll have voting rights.
Great. And how can investors get involved? What sort of stage are we at with the Planet Mayor project for investors to invest in the project?
So, Glenn, we've been overwhelmed with the with the response, even at NYT NFT NYC, from the investor community, and really, I mean, it's really heartwarming. We are currently self-funded. We're obviously we're talking to some of our advisors, but I think very soon we will have a private sale, and then we're also talking to exchanges. Some of the exchanges have also shown interest to invest with us. You know, there's a lot of currently the markets are not very. There's a bit of gloom around it, and I think as soon as we're able to figure when or we see even a slight turnaround, then we sort of come up with dates. But I would say that we definitely, before we launch in October, we would hopefully, I mean, fingers crossed, be listed by then, and a private sale maybe in the next I'd say 30 days. We should be clear on that. Yeah, we should happen in those 30 days.
Okay, great. So, and what's going to happen with the marketing apart from the NFT new YC you went to, which is a great way to get your name out there? What's the marketing plans going forward?
Sorry, you markets in general, you saying, or
Marketing, yeah, of the Planet Mayor project going forward into the future.
so sorry, Glenn, you'll have to repeat that question again. I didn't get that.
Yeah, just asking about the marketing plans for Planet Mayor in the future going forward.
Marketing plans, yeah. So we it's a very large global campaign that we'll start sometime mid-September, going all the way to December. We're tying up with stadiums, we're tying up with clubs, we're tying up with we're also looking at F1, but no headway there just yet, but hopefully we will. So a very large campaign starting sometime in September and going all the way. In fact, we even spoke with FIFA a month ago, but we couldn't. There was another Indian venture called Byju's that got the sponsorship rights, but otherwise we could have done something with FIFA. Nevertheless, we will. It'll be quite a large campaign starting September.
I can open it up to the rest of the team if anyone's got a question for Sid at Planet Mayor. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey Glenn, I was listening in, and I do have just a few questions. It sounds super exciting. The Vegas in the sky, as you called it, it's super. It's a nice idea. And you mentioned you're gonna look for game makers, right, to come onto your platform and build all these nice games and all that. But I'm interested, what kind of benefit will there be there for these game makers? Since you've mentioned all the games are gonna be sort of like peer to peer, so the house will not have an edge or anything like that. So what benefit will the game makers have to kind of onboard to your platform and build for you?
Sure. So, I mean, first of all, thank you. It's like I said, it's always heartwarming to hear it when, and yeah, Vegas in the Sky was another option, name option that we had, but I think, because purely of copyrights and other legal issues, we decided against it. So the economy for gamers and devs, eventually we will have tools where you won't need code to come and build. But once you build and plug your game into the platform, and assuming the game becomes popular, and there is a 2% rake that we charge on any transaction, and that 2% goes directly to the gamers. So yeah, it's uh, we already, between our other platforms, we have about 5.6 million subscribers already, which we hopefully, with our marketing campaign, we should get them to migrate onto Planet Maya. But we see a lot of traffic that we can generate, and if it's a good game, a lot of revenue for the gamers.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, I was just confused. So there is like a 2% rake, and that's sort of like the revenue model that will push this forward. Because building a huge metaverse like this, it can be pretty tedious. You're gonna have to end up having a lot of admins and customer support and all that. So, and
Yeah.
but at the same time, yeah, you said there are gonna be like copyright issues, and I agree. But you've mentioned you're going to have an office in Miami, right? So maybe some of those people there will actually be open to allow you to use their IP, right? Because sure, maybe Bellagio is not going to be so excited, but not everybody is like at that scale. So I think it can actually be done, like not entirely, 100% Vegas like, but maybe 30%, 20%, something like that. It can be interesting.
Yeah, man. So one of the economies, and we're trying to speak to a lot of people about it, is that a lot of these people acquire IP rights. A lot of these people, ventures, acquire licenses, and they really cannot. They haven't been able to amortize that, versus the cost that they actually pay to acquire it. And so this is going to be a great platform for you to come and actually, if you let a larger community use your license IPs, then it's a good revenue model even for those people.
Yeah, it is. I agree, and I also like the fact that you've told us that you're self-funded, so you're willing to put your own money, well, the company's money, but still to go on this endeavor, and it's something to be excited about. And just one more thing from me before I pass it back. I
Yeah.
see like a lot of hands up here. Will you need an avatar to play in the metaverse, or will it be sort of open, and then for people that own avatars, they'll just have some benefits? Is it gonna be solely for PC, or are you also looking at some mobile version also in the future? I know it's like a multifaceted question, but just yeah.
No, 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 I get it. Man, we're doing this, every day between us and the tech teams, and the fantastic vendors that we have. So it's almost like, I'm on auto mode 24/7. But yeah, so yes, to your question, we will have avatars once for the metaverse. You can create your own avatar, but you can, in addition to creating your own avatar, you either earn and get skins or any accessories, or you can actually buy them. And even the marketplace is open for devs to come and create skins. And like I said, we're talking to brands. Hopefully they'll have their products on, and their digital assets on, which you can actually buy. So yes, you create your own avatar, and Yeah, and sorry, what is the second part of the question?
I was just wondering if it will be like dedicated to PC and or
Yeah.
will you actually look for some way to integrate it in a mobile version?
So we will start with the PC version, but going forward, we're definitely looking at a mobile application.
Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds excited. Definitely, update us when that pre-sale goes live. I know a lot of people
Will do, man. Will
might
do.
be interested.
For
All right.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
We like and thanks. We're self-funding it, but we require that we understand that it requires a lot more money, and so we've said we'll just push the envelope, whatever we can do from our own pockets, and then but we definitely need those investors, man.
Great. Let's open it up to community investors. Let's see, Syed, you have a question for Sid at Planet Maya? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll just mute you. Oh, sorry. It didn't. Yeah, there you are. You're back. Yeah. Sorry, Sid.
Yeah. It's okay. So thank you, Glenn. Okay, so I've read somewhere that you also mentioned that game developers and aspiring entrepreneurs can build and create the games on your platform using the tools that you will be providing. So I was wondering that how will your team be vetting these games before adding them to your platform to make sure that these games are producing completely fair and random results for the players?
So initially, hi Syed, right? Yeah. So Syed,
Yeah, yeah.
initially, we'll have a set of rules that they have to conform to, which basically will say that inherently there has to be like maybe a betting economy or any of those rules will surround that, but at some point we will filter out games that we think are just copied or are not creative enough, and that's why what we are doing ourselves to kickstart the platform is every game that we put out there is almost new, is doesn't exist currently anywhere on the planet. So there will be a filtering mechanism, and we will make sure that it is a has a betting economy, b it has to be peer to peer, and then the other rules kick in.
Got it. Moving to my next question. That's really wonderful. So I want to understand that is the Champion Games and the Planet Maya same business entities, or is the Champion Games parent company of the Planet Maya?
So currently, they're both separate entities because we've been in the business already, and Planet Maya is purely a Web3 play. But all the new games that go onto Planet Maya will be owned by Planet Maya. But currently,
Oh,
Champion Games is a separate entity, and Planet Maya is separate.
okay, got it. Thank you for clearing that up. Okay, so I was wondering that will the Planet Maya metaverse only be exclusive for the betting and gambling enthusiast, or user who are not interested in betting can also have the fun experience in the Planet Maya metaverse?
Absolutely, for everybody. So we have a betting experience, but we also have a freemium experience, what we call, which is played just by regular coins. So yes, it has both betting and freemium model.
Understood. Okay, so I also want to know that when the final version of the Planet Maya is launched, how many maximum user will be able to join the metaverse simultaneously, depending upon the servers you are using?
So like we said, we're building this on a blockchain. So we currently, I think the one problem that uh, blockchain people assume that blockchain is going to experience is with bandwidth and scalability. But I think technologies like zkp and some of these new technologies that are coming will hopefully allow us to go and have a lot more users. But I think up to about 10 million users and simultaneously maybe about 500,000 users shouldn't be a problem.
Got it. Understood. Final question from my side. So I was wondering that will the game developers be able to import the games, the original game that they have already developed, or only the new game developed using your tools will be able to add it on your platform?
You can import games. If you have developed it, you can import those games onto Planet Maya.
Okay, got it. Thank you for explaining and best of luck. You are building a really amazing project. Over to you,
Thank,
Glenn.
thank you so much.
For the question, Sam. Let's see. Aisha, you had a question for Sid at Planet Maya. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, I was thinking that will you be offering any training session or lectures to software designers and game developers to get familiar with your framework to develop game and software plugins using your open source tools easily?
Yes, we will have a huge repository of just training material, and we are in fact talking to a vendor to just create exclusive training material for both you devs and users. And so, to your question, yes, we will have a lot of training material.
Amazing. Okay, I was wondering that once the developer's game is deployed on your gaming platform, how will users be able to upgrade or modify the game?
Sorry, say that again.
Once the developer's game is deployed on your gaming platform, how will users be able to upgrade or modify the game?
Users will not be able to upgrade or modify the game. We will have tools for devs to actually popularize their game. That's one of the other economies that we're looking at, where people who are good with digital marketing can actually be available on the platform, help devs to actually take their game forward and popularize it. But users will be restricted to just playing and experiencing the game or any other of these offerings. But users will not be allowed to modify the game yeah.
Okay, I mentioned wrong. I was referring to developers, that how will developers be able to upgrade or modify the game?
Oh, they
Sorry
will.
for
They
that.
will. They will be able to upgrade and modify from time to time. And like you have on the App Store certain upgrades that we provide to the platform. Devs will be informed well in advance, and they'll sort of upgrade their games accordingly.
All right. And will developers be able to sell their game to new owners? In this case, how will ownership and rights to the game updates will work?
So it's tied to your staking mechanism that we have. As long as it's on Planet Maya, it'll be exclusive to Planet Maya. But if you take it off Planet Maya, you still be the owner of the game, and you can take it to any other platform. But while you're on Planet Maya, it'll be exclusive to Planet Maya.
Got it. And last question from my side. You mentioned that you are planning on manufacturing your own VR tech compatible with Planet Maya Metaverse. I was wondering that will it also be compatible with other VR headsets like Oculus?
No, Aisha, sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry if I said that, but no, we're not manufacturing our own VR tech, but we're talking to guys like Dell, and NVIDIA to understand the tech that's going to be available in the future, and we're gearing up to build tech accordingly. So no, we are not definitely not going to do any hardware at all.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you for answering all my questions.
No problem. Thank you, Aisha.
The questions, Aisha. Let's move on to Venice. You had a question for Sid at Planet Maya. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Actually, I read you got plans for world-renowned brands to host virtual stores and sell their products in Planet Maya. So I want to know, will they sell their products in the metaverse only, or people can visit their stores in the metaverse, and if they buy something, that brand will also deliver the real product at their doorstep as well?
So the eventual plan is that you're able to go to let's say, a shoe store on Planet Maya, order something, see how it looks on you on your avatar, and then it be shipped back home. But there will be some fashion accessories exclusive to the planet, which is typically, what your avatars use. But hopefully, yeah, and yes, we're trying to achieve that scale where you can actually go and have a proper retail experience and with in a virtual environment that can translate to it being delivered to your doorstep.
Yeah, that's a really great plan. And also, as you have plans to onboard a lot of games and betting as well, I was wondering, will you create different bets yourself, or people can just become bookmakers themselves for the sports or for chess, where they allow other people to place bets according to their customized betting they have created?
Oh, so we will not. We will definitely at some point, apart from these 8 games that we launch with, we will back off and not be bookmakers. So yes, we're encouraging. I mean, so it'll be a place where you can actually come and build your own casino or run your own book. So answer to your question, yes, you can actually run a betting economy on Planet Maya.
Great. And after listening to your AMA and reading about your project, it got me thinking that actually I'm curious to know that is it possible for us to organize a special like birthday party or any other special event for someone special in the metaverse where there is live music, decorations, cake, and other things as well. If we try to plan something special event for someone.
Absolutely, man. What we're trying to achieve is, you can go with your friends, you can walk into a Bellagio, you can, rent a room there, you can have a party, you can go on a date, maybe you can, anything that you can do in a Vegas or anything that you can do in a town. Hopefully, we'll achieve that, and it'll be as close an experience, if not the same.
Okay, great. And one last question from my side.
Sure.
Yeah, I think all the games are considered to be playable by older players, as there is chess or other casino games. But I was wondering, do you think Planet Maya have something for younger players as well? And also, how will you ensure the privacy of the users? Because you need to confirm the age criteria of the users to enter into the Planet Maya. I think minimum age requirement is 18 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. Yeah. So we will, so anything that has to do with betting will be for 18 and older, and it'll automatically be age restricted when it comes to betting. But for everything else and some of the free games, some of the esports that we have, you can literally come and have your own boxing match between two in VR. So anything that is not betting is open for all, and it's usually for VR headsets. They advise, not restrict, that people who are 12 and older should use VR headsets. So yeah, so if it's not betting, it's 12 and older. If it's betting, then it's 18 and older. And yeah.
So I mean that if some player is of 12 or 13 years of age, he will enter in the metaverse, and for that kind of player, these games, casinos or other betting games will be locked in the metaverse.
Yes, they
If I'm
will be
not wrong,
locked.
yeah.
We are using
Okay.
something, we're using Polygon ID. If you look, and Polygon ID is integrated with ZKP in a sense where without disclosing any data of the user, you will have the KYC. So without disclosing the name or your bank credentials, and that's the beauty of ZKP. So you would have done your KYC, made sure that they're 18 and older, and that's the only information that we'll take. And yeah,
Okay, got it. That's really great, and thank you so much for answering my all questions. Over
no
to you,
problem.
Ken.
The questions, Venice. Let's move to Astro. You had a question for Sid at Planet Maya. Go ahead. Astro? No. Let's have a look. Let's move to Mona. Mona, you had a question for Sid. Go ahead. hands up here, but no one's coming through when I unmute them. Abdul, you had a question for Sid. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Can you
Abdul.
hear me?
Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
absolutely.
Actually, I want to ask about your team members. Do they have any experience in blockchain field? Enough experience in blockchain field, and uh, can you explain about that?
Yeah. So, yeah. So, when you say experience, blockchain itself is pretty new, and the technology, whether, like, for example, Ethereum was built using Rust, and then they moved, and then it's smart contracts. So it's in a sense, it's still vague these days. But yes, Ram, who heads tech for us, apart from 20 years being in tech, has a considerable amount of experience with blockchain. And yeah, so our team currently has a lot of experience. Going forward, we're constantly looking for devs who've been working on blockchain. But if you have somebody who has 4 years experience, uh, on blockchain, that's a lot. So yeah, so but yeah, we do. And Ram is fantastic with blockchain.
Okay. Ask about another question.
Sure.
Usually, casino games are based on luck and of winning in a million. Does Planet Maya have any way to reduce the dominance of luck in gambling and an element of strategies to ensure victory? How can you ensure a gambler's chance of success?
So, Abdul, we've been debating this for years now. In the universe of gambling, there are two aspects. One is games of skill, and one is games of chance. Games of chance, there can never be an element. I mean, games of chance is typically the roll of a dice or a flip of a coin, and it's impossible to almost have any, it's purely luck. And a lot of people I know do it for the sake of fun. We are definitely, and we've always done this in all our other platforms, and we will continue to do this. There will be a ceiling. So there are many triggers that show us if there's a addictive personality, and we will lock those games. We're very certain and very clear about that. But most of our other games are games of skill. And games of skill involves a lot of, even our sports betting, we've taken off the to so Glenn earlier was asking about how we're competing with, I mean, not competing really, but with guys like Betfair and Bet365. We've redesigned all these games for it to be purely skill and not game of chance. So we're conscious of that, and even going forward, apart from our own games, we will be conscious of the fact that we'll try and restrict anything that's you know gambling and addictive in nature as much as we can.
That's great, man. Got my answer. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's move on to Chibenga. You had a question for Sid at Planet Maya. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks a lot, brother one. Always appreciate the opportunity. Um, I think I need to commend the project owner for the great presentation and the professionalism in answering all the questions. I have a quick question with respect to the developers. Going through the website, I see most of the developers, the participation in the project, they are founders. Founders, I think I saw like 4 or 5 founders of the developers. And that make me to ask my question. I'm being curious about the contract of this project. I must be frank with you, this is a great project. With respect to experience, most of these great projects like this have issue with respect to contract. When you have like 2, 3 people as a founder of a project, and I don't know the modalities of the contract. Probably it is all the developers have to be unanimously agree because before anything can happen into the wallet or stuff like that. Because I've seen a situation whereby one of the developers actually broke the project. It actually oversmart other developers, and the liquidity was unlocked, and the guy. So I actually want to know the modalities behind the contract of this project.
Okay, so I'm hoping I understood this rightly, but I'll just explain what I understood in two separate answers. As far as our devs go, most of them we've had for many years. Some of the new devs that are coming in are devs who are tied to the project because we think that it's an opportunity for them, and that's how we are working. We're all working based on the fact that and none of us are actually taking salaries. There's almost everybody's working on a revenue model. So in that sense, they're contracted. We don't want to tie up somebody with a legal contract and say that, hey, you want to leave but we won't let you go. So that's not going to be the case, but we want them to be tied as in take ownership. And so the everybody that's on the project is tied to the project in that way. And we're hoping that there'll be more passionately tied to the project rather than just for monetary gain. So I'm assuming you spoke about those contracts, whereas the external devs, the devs that who actually come and build those games and hope to be part of the platform, there's a fantastic staking mechanism. So in a sense, they can they this is probably one of the few or the only platform that will let you become entrepreneurs, and we're hoping that with the success of their games, they will stay on the platform. Yes, I mean, they're human beings. We all have the freedom to do what we want, but I'm personally hoping that we're able to build an ecosystem where people are attached to it because they're passionate about it and not because they're contracted to it. So, uh, uh, I hope that answers your question.
Okay, okay. I think you answered the question, because the reason why I asked such question is a project like that is actually an example which I wouldn't love to mention the name. One of the developers actually outsmarted them, and with respect to the contract modalities, once like two thirds of the developers is available, they can sign and change the contract or stuff like that. So actually outsmart them. So, and the investors will be the one to put at risk at the end of the day. Then lastly, I would love to know the plans you're having to involve um, other local or international communities, probably community where English is not that well spoken or English is their second language. Are you planning to get them involved to your project, and probably even not a crypto entrances people? What measures are you putting in place to get these people into this your great project, so that they can at least they will definitely be along others, and they will help you to publicize the awareness of this great project?
Yes. So answer to your question, ours is going to be a multilingual platform. We start with English, Hindi, which is native to India, Cantonese, and Mandarin, which is native to China. We're definitely looking at Japanese and Korea. We will have a few European languages. We will have a few African languages. Definitely, we'll start with about 6 languages and going up to about 14 or 16. I'm not sure if I got that right. I can circle back, but yes, ours will be a multilingual platform.
Awesome. I think that would be a great move. That would be a great thing to start with. That's a great one. Lastly, on my question, there's a question I love asking probably a project owner, especially gaming platform. Do you design your NFT in such a way that a user or an investors on your platform can actually lend or borrow a fellow investors or a friend that have to that wish to participate in the gaming but doesn't have capacity to hold the NFT. While the person makes use of the NFT on the gaming, I will be getting my own passive income. Probably just to make sure investors have a multi way of having their own returns of the money they invest in your platform. I don't know if you have this kind of design in this your NFT.
We do. In fact, while I was here in New York, and one of the partnerships that I spoke about earlier, their core tech is about uh, lending their NFTs while it's not being used, and they have some tech around that which just allows you to just at a press of a button decide that while you're not using your NFTs, can it be borrowed, can it be lent, can it be given for a longer use, can it be restricted to a daily, hourly use, all that and more is there with this new partnership that we're speaking about. So yes, answer to your question, sir, it is there.
Wow. And the owner of the NFT will get the passive reward for doing that.
Yes.
Oh wow. This is a great movement. That is lovely. I love this project. Thanks for the opportunity, Glenn. This is a great move.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
bullish
Thank you
about this
very
project.
much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the questions, Jabrenga. Let's see, Yellow Lip, you had a question for Sid at Planet Mayor. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you, sir.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity. Going through your website, I saw you guys have been doing a great job because this is a game, and you all know most people want to participate in game because most people in the world love games. So my question is there a way you can make like is a question and also a suggestion. So I would like to know if there's a way you can make a video advertising your game, and in that sense you can like make a video speaking in Chinese. The video will be advertising your game, and you can like put it in the Chinese television, putting it to the Chinese country, because they don't know it's not everybody who can read and write, but they are sensible to understand whatever you say. So in that aspect, they will root your game and they will participate in your game, and that as well you more bring more people come to the crypto space. I'm not only saying this only for you to go to Chinese. You can only go to French, Africa. Most projects who don't understand English very well, that country you show them your game, because we all know most people love playing game, but that aspect you have more people participating in your project.
Bro, we definitely want to be a global platform. So, answer to your question, yes, we have our training material that's going to be multilingual, our game that's going to be multilingual. Uh, so, yes, have many languages on the platform. About advertising, like I said, we're self-funded, and that's the only reason we're trying to build communities, and we're trying to be conscious of the money that we spend. So I don't know if we'll ever do television advertisements. If a television is kind enough or a channel is kind enough to become part of our community and let us advertise for free, we will. But we are just hoping that with partnerships, and we're looking at partnerships all over the world, and hopefully those partnerships will help us bring awareness and onboard devs and users. So our current campaign, advertising, everything is going to be through communities. I don't know going forward, if we will advertise, but at this point, no advertisements, just partnerships. And like I said, these partnerships are pretty large. I was speaking to a very large venture, one of the, a fantastic venture in the Web3 community, and they've been kind enough to hear us out again sometime next week. And if that happens, then through them and through their presence globally, we will become a little more popular and bring in more users to our platform.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for the great answer because that's where you have more people come to your project and that will make your project a global one. Thank you so much for the answer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions today. We're running out of time now, but if anyone's got a question, we can get you safely over to the official socials in the main chat. They're all there, linked. As we always say for Wellcoin Talk community investors, AMAs are for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice. You can check out the website white paper and official community socials. Like I said, they're in the main chat. It's been great speaking to Sid today from Planet Maya. It's a really exciting project for our investors to hear about. I'm glad you came today, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Glenn. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me, guys, and taking the time out to come and listen to us. And hopefully we'll constantly uh, have more answers. Have take your answers seriously, take your suggestions, opinions seriously, and build a better platform. But yeah, we're raring to go, man, Glenn.
Awesome, Sid. I think we've got spin the wheel now. I've picked one question winner because there was lots of great questions today, and we'll have one winner on spin the wheel as well if you're there, Acti, to spin the wheel.
Awesome. Can I also spin the wheel?
I think Acti does it from his computer, but yeah, look at that wheel.
I'm
300 people
sharing
on
my
there.
screen with the wheel right now, Glenn. Can you see it? It should be coming through. Yeah. Let me shuffle it a few times and get lucky winner here. And our lucky winner is Mr. or Mrs. Oh my god, it's our music bot. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me remove this and do another. Okay, well that's a first. It never landed on our music bot before, but I guess yeah, he was a participant. Let's see. The real winner this time, Mr. or Mrs. Black Nun. This gentleman. Okay, I got your ID, and Glenn has the ID for the question winner as well. So we'll post that in our main chat later on today. And I'd like to thank everybody.
Awesome, man! Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to the winners, and thank you, Sid, for being here with us. Thank you to the Planet Maya team for agreeing to come on and do this great AMA with us, and thank you to the community for joining and for the great questions too. So thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you all later.
Thank you, bro. Thanks much, really. Thank you.
I'll finish the recording, Sid. I'll send over a copy for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into our main chat for our community investors to listen back to later on.
Thanks, Glenn. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay.